Well, hello, good morning. It's 8:31, and here we go with this live stream. So take a look statewide. Wow, this cold Arctic blast has pretty much impacted everyone across the state, and of course, millions of people, even as you head east and northeast of us. 2 degrees in Amarillo, 2 degrees in Lubbock, 14 Abilene, 22 in Dallas, 24 right now in Austin, even Houston coming in at 27. So it is a very cold start to the day. That actual air temperature and then the wind chill temperature, both of those really cold out the door. Let me tell you the good news. Across the state, we don't have any new precipitation to tell you about. So we're actually dry across the area. It's just cloud cover that's blanketing the area. So we'll continue to monitor that. But otherwise, we're really going to keep it mostly dry. You can see on the satellite radar picture, we're still saturated. So we'll watch for anything. But at this point, we're not expecting any new development. Most of that is offshore and well off to our east. Let's talk about these feels like or wind chill temperatures. This is what gets very dangerously cold here locally across the state as well. But take a look, even College Station down to 11, 16. That's what it's feeling like in Tomball, 14 in Sugar Land, 19 is the feels like in Galveston. Boy, that doesn't happen. In fact, you have to go back to February of last year to have temperatures that we're currently seeing. So it's been a year since we've had these type of winter impacts here, especially with our temperatures, temperature-wise. 23 current temperature in College Station, 24 in Conroe, 32 in Galveston. But again, that feels like, or the wind chill was down to 19. So you see what a big difference just factoring in that wind makes your body feel when you head outside. If you are warmly watching this live stream right now, I don't know about you, I would just stay put. Let's talk your planner today. We are going to increase these temperatures, all right? A little peak of that sunshine here and there throughout the day, more clouds than sun. So we're not expecting a lot of sunshine. And because of those clouds, it will be a slow warm up. So 20s this morning, low 30s to creeping in right around the freezing point by noon. But take a look at the wind chills, still hovering in the 20s. So it's still going to be feeling in the 20s around your lunchtime hour. And then even this afternoon, I'm not expecting 40. So upper 30s later today in the forecast. Some of those wind chills may even stay more down into the low 30s. So bottom line throughout the day today, it's going to be a really cold one for your Friday. Some of the advisories that are in effect, this wind chill advisory I want you to take note of is kind of in the turquoise there. Notice how that extends from Fort Bend County, Wharton, portions of Matagorda, Brazoria, Harris, and then through Liberty County as well. Now, that's in effect, of course, because of our wind chills, and they're going to stay that way through your lunchtime hour. That's why that's in effect through noon. Then the hard freeze warning that's also in effect until noon. So both of those, I think these will continue. We're also under a winter weather advisory. That may be expired, and the reason is most of that patchy ice that we were looking at on those elevated surfaces, some of those bridges and overpasses, we have started to see that already starting to drop. So even TxDOT reporting earlier this morning that everything was looking pretty good out there on the roadways. Now, I would still take it slow, especially through lunchtime today. Let these temperatures warm just a little bit, but once they get into the afternoon hours, that's what's great. Now, overnight will freeze again, so temperatures dip back down into the 20s and 30s overnight, and then we barely creep into the 50s. So tomorrow will be another chilly day, but those hours that will be below freezing will be fairly short-lived, especially from what we're experiencing here from this morning and last night. Then temperatures by Sunday are going to try to creep above the freezing point overnight, and then it's all about the 50s. We'll take that right for the beginning of next week. I'll show you this because it's a live stream. I'll show you back on the radar how we're not watching anything new out there. It is just anything that did fall that maybe hasn't completely been treated. I would still use your extreme caution if you do have to work your way on any of those elevated surfaces, especially north and west of town. I know near a Hobby Airport, they've blocked an overpass to get over there, so it's surface streets they're trying to keep you on. So your sidewalks, your surface streets, your main freeways, that's not an issue this morning, but we've just been monitoring, again, some of those elevated spots. Late last night, around 10, 11, midnight, there were a lot of issues. Even driving into Dallas, Austin, or San Antonio, if you can put that off for one more day, that'd probably be in your best interest. You won't hit traffic that way. You won't have to deal with any potential messy conditions once you head north or west of town. So I would give it yourself until Saturday. Here locally, though, it's a different story because we didn't see quite the impacts what they saw in North and West Texas, and that's because temperatures didn't get as cold so early with the moisture. It takes the moisture and then, of course, those below freezing temperatures. And when they overlap, that's when we're looking at either that sleet or the freezing rain or some of the ice. This morning, we haven't seen any new additional precipitation. That's all offshore and to our east. So even looking statewide this morning, notice we're under cloudy skies. It's kind of basically what we've been tracking for you all morning long. I'm going to show you more of a national perspective. I'm like, since we're going live, there's not a time limit. Very different than TV. I'll broaden out the scope so you can kind of see what the rest of the country is dealing with as well. Check this out. So some of the rain and some of the snow along the eastern seaboard there and into the northeast. Overnight, they actually had some flood warnings in place. So not only are we dealing with the winter impacts and, of course, the icing element of this, but they were also seeing some really heavy rain. I do say this, if you are trying to catch a flight, either today, I think today we're going to continue to see those delays and potential cancellations, more of a trickle down, not because of the airport here locally, but it's just because of the airplanes that are coming in and kind of available. But I think we'll see some big improvements starting tomorrow, just because most of that is going to work off the East Coast. So we'll have a day or two there of a nice cleanup. I know the Dallas-Fort Worth area needs it, that's for sure. I'll leave you with a last look at our feels like or the wind chill temperatures. And this is what can be dangerously cold outside. You just don't want to have to be outside if you don't have to. And we're talking temperatures, feels like wind chills down to 13 in Brenham, 16 in Tomball. That's really, really cold. Again, you have to go back to February of last year to talk about temperatures that are this cold. So the good news is we do build these temperatures for the upcoming weekend. We are going to continue to monitor this. If anything else pops up, of course, we'll break in, we'll be on TV, and we're going to continue to post on our social media pages as well. But hopefully today you can just stay warm, stay put, and then things will continue to improve for the weekend and next week. All right, take care.